They lied to you. They told you success was a destination, a finish line you cross once you've earned enough, learned enough, proven enough. But the truth? Success isn't a moment. It isn't a number. It isn't a trophy. Success is a spirit. It's something you breathe into your life, not something you buy your way into. You don't stumble upon success. You don't trip over it on your morning jog or find it in a locked vault. You build it. One decision, 1 hour, one unseen, uncelebrated action at a time. The world wants you to believe that some people are chosen, that greatness is a matter of birthright or blind luck. But here's what they won't say. Success isn't born. It's forged. Every person you admire, Newton, Lincoln, Edison, Disney, Oprah, they weren't anointed. They struggled. They were laughed at, ignored, rejected, and still they moved. Still they believed. Because belief is the first spark. Before the invention, before the headline, before the applause, it starts with an invisible force inside. A belief that you can, even when no one else thinks so, especially then. That's the truth they don't teach in schools. They teach you how to follow, how to repeat, how to stay between the lines. But no one shows you how to rise when your knees are buckling. No one shows you how to believe when your world has gone silent. But listen closely. Success begins where excuses end. It begins when you say enough. When you stop outsourcing your power to circumstance, to luck, to the opinions of others. It starts in the quietest room in your mind, where your doubt speaks loudest, and you choose to answer it with action anyway. That's the foundation. Your mind is the soil. Whatever you plant, it will grow. Plant fear, you'll harvest hesitation. Plant excuses, and your life will grow weeds of regret. But plant belief, and you can grow empires. Not the kind made of concrete and steel, the kind built from character, from courage, from clarity. See, we all have a mind, but not all of us use it. Some decorate it with distractions, others sharpen it like a blade. The difference? One survives, the other thrives. Because success doesn't respond to opinions, it responds to energy. It bends to those who refuse to settle, who demand more of themselves before they ask anything from the world. And belief, real belief, isn't just about thinking positively. It's about commitment, discipline. It's about building a fire so hot inside you that even the coldest day can't put it out. Belief is not naive. It's relentless. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. They weren't chasing a fantasy. They were obeying a vision. They knew what you must learn. You don't rise when it's easy. You rise because you refuse to stay where you are. Because average will always be available, but so will greatness. And the only price of admission is the belief that you deserve to try. Understand this. The mind is a battlefield. Every morning you wake up, you're either training your thoughts to build or letting them destroy. No one escapes this war. But the successful, they train every day, every moment. They understand that thought creates belief. Belief fuels action, and action shapes reality. This is not a motivational slogan. It's a law of life. Your inner world projects your outer world. If you don't believe you can win, you won't take the steps to prepare. If you don't believe you can change, you'll never challenge your limits. If you don't believe you are meant for more, you'll settle for less. Belief is the engine, but clarity is the wheel. You can't move forward if you don't know where you're going. You'll spin your wheels, burn out your energy, and wonder why nothing changes. But when belief meets clarity, your path ignites. You start saying no to distractions, no to mediocrity, no to comfort disguised as good enough. Because clarity doesn't just show you the road, it gives you the strength to walk it alone. You don't need a crowd. You don't need applause. You need vision, the kind that sees beyond the present struggle into the future strength, the kind that turns pain into fuel, the kind that remembers why when everyone else forgets. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who decide that their future will not be written by fear, decide that their story will not be a copy of someone else's, decide that this life, this one chance, will not be lived on autopilot. If you don't decide, the world will decide for you. It will hand you comfort, distraction, mediocrity in a golden wrapper, and it will feel good for a while. But one day you'll wake up wondering what could have been if you had just believed. Don't let that be your story. Instead, wake up with fire. Not the fire of hype, but of hunger. Wake up like your dream is depending on you, because it is. No one else will build it. No one else will fight for it. This isn't about ambition alone. This is about ownership. Own your life. Own your mind. Own your direction. Because the moment you do, the world starts responding differently. It doesn't happen overnight, but the shift is real, and it starts inside. That's the truth about success. It doesn't come to those who wish. It comes to those who work their belief into reality. Those who show up when they're tired, who stand up when they fall, who trust the vision even when the road disappears. They don't chase success. They become it. Because they understand. Success isn't something you get. It's something you grow. And that growth begins the moment you stop waiting and start choosing. Success doesn't respond to noise. It listens to clarity. Clarity is not just knowing what you want. It's knowing what you're willing to give up to get it. That's where most people fail. Not because they lack desire. Everyone wants something more. But they're not willing to trade comfort for conviction. They're not willing to say no to the 100 things that don't matter so they can say yes to the one thing that does. Success is subtraction before it's addition. It's the stripping away of the unnecessary, the trivial, the distracting, until only the essential remains. What you truly want, who you truly are, and what you are actually born to build. See, a man with no clarity will chase shadows. He'll jump from idea to idea, from distraction to distraction, hoping success will one day show up at his door like a long-lost friend. But a man with vision, he carves his life like a sculptor. Every decision deliberate, every step forward aligned, every no making room for a bigger, louder yes. Vision is power, because it keeps your eyes forward when the world tries to pull you sideways. Henry Ford had it. While the world rode horses, he saw machines. He wasn't chasing trends, he was the trend, because he saw something no one else believed in yet. That's what separates the average from the unstoppable. The average waits to see it before they believe it. The successful believe it so fully, so violently, that they force the world to see it with them. That's vision. But vision alone isn't enough. You can dream all day. You can visualize your future, make vision boards, read every book on purpose and success. But until that vision meets discipline, it's just fantasy. Discipline is the bridge. Discipline is the quiet, repetitive courage to do the hard thing when it's the last thing you feel like doing. It's waking up early when the bed is warm. It's pushing one more rep when your body screams, stop. It's showing up to build when no one is clapping, no one is watching, and no one is paying. Because you're not building for applause. You're building because you made a promise to yourself, and you refuse to break it. Understand this. No one is born disciplined. It's not in your DNA, it's in your decision. You build it in the small moments, when you choose progress over pleasure, when you choose growth over gossip, when you choose creation over consumption. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not loud. It doesn't post on social media. It just works. And over time, the disciplined outshine the talented. The consistent outrun the brilliant. The relentless replace the entitled. Because success doesn't belong to those who feel like it. It belongs to those who finish. And you don't finish by accident. You finish because you remember your purpose, your why. That deep, unshakable reason buried beneath the layers of daily noise. The reason you started, the reason you fight, the reason you get up when most people stay down. Purpose is the fire. It's what turns obstacles into stepping stones, pain into fuel, delay into preparation. Without purpose, every failure feels fatal. Every delay feels like defeat. But with purpose, nothing can break you. Because when you have a reason, you keep going. When Thomas Edison was asked why he kept failing, he didn't flinch. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That is a man driven by purpose. Not ego, not praise, but vision stitched together with discipline and bound by a deeper why. And if you want real success, not the borrowed kind, not the Instagram highlight reel kind, but the kind that anchors your life, you need to find that why and tattoo it to your soul. Write it down, speak it, repeat it, defend it. Because that purpose will be tested. Life will throw distractions, setbacks, criticism, and silence. And in those moments, your mind will reach for a reason. If it finds nothing, you'll quit. But if it finds purpose, you'll rise. Purpose makes your discipline sustainable. Discipline makes your vision actionable. And vision gives your belief direction. This is the truth they don't sell you. They sell shortcuts, secrets, fast hacks, and overnight fame. But real success is built like a cathedral, brick by brick, day by day, failure by failure. And what holds it together is not talent, not timing, not connections, but conviction. Conviction that this dream, this goal, this mission matters. And it matters enough to pay for it. With your time, your energy, your focus, your effort. Because if you're not willing to pay for success, then don't pretend you want it. If you want the crown, you must be willing to carry the cross. And that cross is heavy. It's made of early mornings, long nights, hard choices, lonely roads. But the weight of regret? That's heavier. So carry the one that leads you forward. Know this. Purpose does not remove pain. It transforms it. It doesn't erase difficulty. It gives it meaning. And that meaning gives you momentum. You start to see differently, think differently, move differently. Because now, your life is aligned. Not drifting, not reacting, not scrolling aimlessly, hoping something inspires you. You become the inspiration. You become the force. You become the answer to your own question. Is there more for me? Yes, there always was. But it won't be handed to you. It will be earned. In silence, in sweat, in the fire of discipline and the clarity of vision, and the immovable force of purpose. That's the path. And no, it's not easy, but it's worth it. Nothing changes until you do. Not your bank account, not your body, not your business, not your life. People love to wait. Wait for motivation. Wait for signs. Wait for someone to give them permission. But life doesn't wait for the ready. It moves with the willing. And willingness is proven through action. Not talk, not hope. Not plans on paper that never make it to the battlefield of reality. Action. Relentless, unglamorous, daily action. That's the truth about success. It is not made in moments of passion. It's made in the dull grind when no one is cheering, and still, you move. Most people only act when it's convenient. The successful? They act when it's necessary, and to them it's always necessary. They understand that hesitation is a silent thief. It doesn't just steal time. It steals belief. The longer you wait to act, the louder doubt becomes. Every second you stall is a second your courage shrinks. And soon, the door that was once open becomes a wall you convinced yourself was always there. But you weren't born to hesitate. You were born to build. So stop waiting for perfect. Start moving with purpose. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction. Every single time. You build confidence by doing, not by thinking, not by planning, but by executing. Start messy. Start scared. Start uncertain. Just start. And once you start, don't stop. Momentum is a sacred force. When you move, life moves with you. Doors open. Energy shifts. Clarity sharpens. You begin to remember who you are. But in all this forward motion, don't forget something even more powerful. Gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Not as a cliché, not as a feel-good journal entry, but as a weapon. Gratitude is what keeps your heart awake when the journey is long. It's what transforms pressure into perspective. It's what reminds you that even now, even in your struggle, you are becoming. Gratitude doesn't make you soft. It makes you centered. It gives you peace without killing your fire. It lets you honor the process while still demanding more of yourself. Because gratitude isn't about settling. It's about seeing. Seeing how far you've come. Seeing the lessons in the losses. Seeing that you, yes, you, are capable of more than you give yourself credit for. And when you live from that place, you become unshakable. You no longer chase success from a place of lack. You build it from a place of strength. That's where adaptability comes in. The truth is, the plan will break. The market will shift. The people you count on will sometimes disappoint you. Your timeline will crumble. But if you are rigid, you will snap. And if you're flexible, you will rise. Because adaptability is the armor of the successful. It's not about giving up. It's about adjusting forward. The mission stays the same. But the method, that can evolve. Edison didn't cling to the same formula 10,000 times. He adjusted. Lincoln didn't stop after his first defeat. He learned, adapted, grew. Success belongs to the flexible. Those who can pivot without panic, who can fail without folding, who can fall without forgetting the goal. That's why you need resilience. Because life will hit. People will doubt. The days will get heavy. And your dream? It will cost more than you thought. But resilience says, I will not stop. Not because it's easy, not because I'm lucky, but because I'm committed. Because I didn't come this far to only come this far. Because I've been through fire, and I carry the scars like armor. Resilience is the quiet voice at 2 a.m. saying, "Get up. We're not done." It's what drove Mandela through prison, what kept Lincoln steady through national collapse, what fueled Oprah when the world tried to silence her. Resilience is not hype. It is grit with memory. It remembers why you started, even when the world forgets your name. It doesn't need credit. It doesn't beg for comfort. It keeps showing up. And that's what success responds to. Not to the loud, not to the lucky, but to the resilient. The ones who take the hit and then take the next step. Who get knocked down and then get stronger. Because every fall can build a deeper strength if you let it. That's the truth about success. It's not for the perfect. It's for the persistent. For the ones who trade excuses for execution. For the ones who show up with vision, lead with purpose, act with discipline, adapt with grace, and rise with grit. And if you want that, truly want that, then don't wait, don't wish, work. Because nothing will come to you until you come to it. Nothing will reward you until you prove you can be relied on. So rise, today, now. Don't just listen to this message, become it. Let it live in your bones. Let it echo in your mind. Let it wake you up at dawn and keep you locked in long after the world goes to sleep. The truth about success? It's not something you find. It's something you choose. Again, and again, and again. Success has a final secret. It doesn't belong to those who know everything. It belongs to those who never stop learning. Because the minute you think you've arrived, you've already started your descent. The greats, they never graduate from growth. Carnegie read constantly. Lincoln rewrote his speeches until the ink bled through the page. Da Vinci died with unfinished sketches, still chasing perfection. They knew what the average man forgets. The world belongs to the students, not the followers, not the know-it-alls, but the humble, hungry students of life who never stop sharpening their edge. Because learning is not just about knowledge. It's about identity. When you commit to learning, you are saying, I am not finished. I am not done. I am becoming. And that mindset alone puts you miles ahead. Because while others are waiting to be chosen, you are preparing. While others are scrolling and complaining and comparing, you are studying. You are practicing. You are becoming so skilled, so undeniable, that success can no longer ignore you. But understand this, success is not about volume. It's about depth. Mastery beats mediocrity in every era. And mastery is born from devotion, the kind of focused, passionate attention that makes average people uncomfortable. Because while they chase variety, you chase greatness. You take your craft, whether it's building, writing, leading, healing, selling, and you own it. You turn it over in your hands 1,000 times. You study its corners. You question its limits. You stretch yourself so far inside it that it becomes an extension of who you are. This is what the masters do. They fall in love with the boring parts. They honor the details. They don't skip steps. They study them. And that commitment, that total immersion, it makes them rare. And in a world of noise, rare becomes valuable. But here's what no one tells you. Even mastery means nothing without legacy. Because success is not the mountain you stand on. It's the shadow you cast once you're gone. What did you build? Who did you lift? What fire did you leave behind? Did you live just for profit, or did you pour yourself into purpose? Did you just achieve, or did you impact? That's the final question. Because one day, and it comes faster than you think, all the numbers, the deals, the recognition, the awards, they fade. What remains is who you became in the pursuit. That is your legacy. And it's not written in stone. It's written in how you show up when no one's watching. It's written in how you treat the janitor and the CEO. It's written in how you handle defeat, not just victory. It's written in how much heart you put into the work the world said didn't matter. Success, real success, is not loud. It's not the car. It's not the title. It's not the applause. It's the inner knowing, the unshakable, electric knowing that you gave everything, that you emptied the tank, that you left no potential locked inside, that you became the person your younger self prayed you'd be. That's what it's about. Not about beating someone else, but becoming the man or woman who was always buried inside you, waiting to be unleashed. The truth about success? It's not in front of you. It's not behind you. It's within you. It always was. And it's waiting, right now, for you to stop watching and start becoming. So wake up, rise up, stand up, stop waiting for someone to save you. Be the one who changes everything. Be the one who rewrites the rules, who breaks the pattern, who burns the excuses, the one who says, it ends with me. The doubt ends here. The delay ends here. The fear ends here. And the future? It begins right now. No more hoping. No more waiting. No more playing small to make other people comfortable. This is your time. And no one is coming to hand you the life you dream of. You have to take it. With belief, with clarity, with vision, with purpose, with discipline, with relentless daily action, with adaptability, with resilience, with a student's heart and a master's hand. And when the world tells you to slow down, you go louder, because you know something they don't. You are the storm. You are the one who builds when others break. You are the one who climbs when others quit. You are the one who dares, not just to dream, but to do, so go. This is not just motivation. This is permission. Permission to rise, permission to lead, permission to build a life so powerful, so purposeful, so lit with fire, that the world can't look away. This is the truth about success. You don't find it, you forge it. And the forge begins today.